Hello, welcome to Ufuoma's digital desk, and today I'm going to be showing you how to build a brag folder. Now, what's a brag folder? So a brag folder is a digital or is a physical document or folder that you have that helps you keep track of your achievements, your wins, and basically it's almost like your resume but a bit more detailed and something you can visually see, so that when you have a recruiter call or you have a performance review, you have a track record to support why you deserve that salary, why you deserve that role, and why you're that girl or you're that guy. Now, I use something called Airtable. Let me just push myself to the right. There we go. I use something called Airtable. Beautiful tool. It's very visually pleasing to me. You can use any other tool to build this, but for the sake of this interview and for my own personal experience, as you can see, I have my own brag folder over here. Now, I created a brag folder demo for the cost of this. Now, this is how your brag folder would look like on Airtable when you fill it up, and I'm going to be explaining each card. Now, to take note, the view I use on Airtable is called the gallery view, so that your information can appear like this in cards. Now, I advise always having 3 years worth of experience on your brag folder, so what you're currently doing and what you've done, let's say 2 years before. There is enough information and enough detail to give, let's say, the recruiter or your line manager you're doing a performance review for. Now, this card is your work experience card. You have the name of the company, your job title that you're currently doing, and this can be more than one. Let's say you're in a current role and you've done 2 roles in the last 1 year. Include that. Then the date, so from start date to present of the company you're working in. Now, you should have at least 3, so 1, 2, and 3 measurable, realistic achievements or responsibilities for each experience. Now, the reason why that is important is because you need to put in an achievement or a responsibility that shows the impact of your skill as a whatever role you're doing. Take, for example, this one. It says coordinating implementation of an XXX system affecting 9,000 plus staff across 120 sites. Number one, the fact that you've put 9,000 staff, I already know that's a lot. So for you to be able to coordinate and manage that and implement that, I know you know what you're saying. And across 120 sites, I mean, even moving houses is a big deal. Imagine moving a system that's going to impact 120 sites. Of course, now I know that you have the capacity for big projects. So that's the importance of putting figures and numbers to show the impact of your skill, and you do that for each experience up to 3 years. The next card I have is your certification card. Now, this is a card where you house all the certifications you have, both the ones that are relevant to the role and the ones that are not relevant to the role. Remember, this is your brag folder, so have it's almost like your resume but a bit more detailed about you. So for certifications, you have the course title and the awarding body. Take, for example, you have Prince 2 Foundation and Practitioner, awarding body Axelos, AZ104, awarding body Microsoft, like that, and you keep doing that for all the certifications you have, so that when you're talking and you're having a conversation and this screen is in front of you and when you're on the call, you're like, well, yeah, I'm a certified project manager. I have Prince 2 and Prince 2 Foundation. I've actually even done my AZ104. At least it's easy for you to just see everything you've done whilst you're on the call. Or if you're having a one-to-one meeting, this is something you can jot down and show your manager, or maybe just speak about it. The next card is software. Now, people often forget this, but knowing your way around software is a fantastic skill. And by the time you start compiling, you realize, I actually know a lot of software. Disclaimer: make sure you only put software that you worked with, you've used to build something, you've used to do a report, you've seen the ins and outs, because you don't want to be caught with your pants down when a recruiter tells you, okay, so how do you create, how do you open a file on Power BI? And you've only just heard the name and you decided to put it there thinking, okay, I've seen it before. I warn you, only use and include software that you've actually found your way around on your back folder. I can put it in tools here, so it's easy for you to see at first glance. Let me show you what that means. So at first glance, see, I can already see Microsoft 365, G Suite, Power BI. So it's easy to space it out. That's why I encourage you to put it 2 by 2 in each column. Now for skills, it's down to you. You can decide to group them and say, okay, interpersonal skills, communication, stakeholder management, etc. Now if you're a developer, programming languages, Python, SQL, Bash, CLI, put all of that down to you. But make sure you put in skills that you can speak about and you have at least one example to speak on that skill. Let's say for leadership, and the recruiter is like, oh, tell me about the skills you have. It's okay, I have leadership skills, interpersonal skills. A good example that comes to my mind is the fact that I led a team of 250 clinicians to do XXX. I've shown my leadership skill and I've shown the amount of capacity I can do. So I'll give you a number of the amount of clinicians I've led. That's for skills. Now for about me, I would say this is the most important card to have. The first one should have your elevator pitch, and it should have the maximum of 3 sentences. How long you've been in business, or how long you've been in your career, the project that you're currently working on, or what defines your project. Take for example, over 5 years in projects. You may have been doing different roles, but all your roles have just been around projects, so you need to put that. Now the sectors you worked in. Example: recruitment tech, financial services, local authority, NHS ICB, NHS. You put that there. So it's a 2-sentence, 3-sentence elevator pitch about you. Now the second tab is, what are you currently doing? That's what's your current role. What have you done in the past? Now this is an expansion of the first elevator pitch. And third one is, what do you hope to have as a future role? The reason why this is important is so that the recruiter or your line manager can know what you're currently doing, where you're coming from, your wealth of knowledge, and where you hope to be. And the last one is your salary band. So I know there is a lot of advice that says that you can have it's not good to give salary bands, but I would say you should have it so that you don't have a back and forth like, oh, we don't have a budget here, we don't know what we want, so you don't store that conversation. Give them a band, but make sure that the band that you give them, if they pick the lower if they pick the lower band, is something that you can still afford to be paid. And finally, recruiter questions. They can also be interview questions. So for the recruiter, I always have 4 important questions you need to ask. Salary range for the role. Is this a new role or a backfill? What department is this role in? And is there a particular skill the recruiter is looking for? Now I hope all of this has been clear. If you have any questions on how to build this, send me an email or just comment on the video and let me know. Oops. So don't forget to like, comment, and share this video and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.